It's kind of a pick that works well for Virtus.pro, and it's also taken away from FlyToMoon because VTune loves the Slark for a fact. So it's
That's
also
true.
nice.
And it's kind of a different. I think there's two modes of Fly to Moon, right? It's like the 4 Protect, 1 Hard. And I think Slark is one of the few heroes where they kind of go into more this let's fight as 5 style very early on. There's not many
Could they
heroes they have
swap?
that do that.
Could they swap these things around? Could they put Batrider on 5 with Spectre? It's actually really good versus DK on the lane, and then put Jakiro Rubik off lane. I know it's not the strongest lane, Rubik Jakiro, but it could mess up the Slark quite a bit. They have a lot of nukes combined. Most likely, Bat will be your offlane anyway. I'm just talking crap over here. General Batrider is probably his most played hero.
Yeah, it's not the only one you can play. I mean, there's still potentially a pick that could come out for him, but most likely we are looking at Icebug's hero next. Considering I don't see anything here that screams Iceberg at me right now. Question is, what do you get in that regard? Could we see something like maybe a Kunkka is coming to mind for me?
Wouldn't be bad. They ban out the Viper. This is a good ban. Virtus.pro played the Spectre today, and it lost real hard to that Viper's Nether Toxin. That was a big problem for them. So banning out the Viper if you aren't about to pick him is probably a pretty good idea. But it would have been a decent pick for them too. I think what they're aiming for is some extra catch though, some mid
Yep.
lane with some reach as well.
That's what I was thinking, like Kunkka. Another one, maybe like Leshrac. It works pretty well against the Slark, right? These are two
Yep.
heroes that Iceberg knows inside out to pitch perfection at this point. Maybe Alina. I worry that if you're playing Lina, you're gonna get blown up yourself, right? There it is.
Perfect call from you. Good job. I love the Kunkka also because one other thing, they really need this bulky frontliner on this team. Spectre can do it, but she needs time, and Kunkka really fits that role. Not only does he give you the catch that we discussed, but he's also the one that's going to build a bracer or two, have that halberd and frontline delaying DK and Chen from actually taking your towers that early.
And the effective HP as well, right? Like in these fights,
Yep.
we got Spectre with the damage reduction you already have, then add Boat on top of that. They can sustain longer than the Chen lineup at this stage, really, when you think about it.
Yep. It's
So,
pretty cool, pretty solid.
where do you go on solo now? Like, what is the pick at this point? I mean, someone like a Templar Assassin, it feels a bit rough against Bat and Jakiro.
Something that counters Kunkka is also pretty bad versus Bat and Spectre. Something like a monkey isn't really that great because you have these heroes that will own you afterwards, after the laning stage, that is.
Do you maybe just take the DK and secure something like a Centaur? Well, not Centaur because Kunkka, but the offlane hero? Now they go TA.
Yeah. You're just on fire this series.
What's going on?
You've been spending way too much time in Ukraine. That's what's up.
Bathing in the CIS. I've picked up a few tricks.
Exactly. You just soaked it all in, surrounded by all the CIS professional players. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty decent TA game. Gives them some extra damage that they need. Gives them a hero that will be online early on, and that DK set looks so cool. The aesthetics on that, man. Look at Rezo.
Did you
Damn, that looks really cool.
Did you approve any of the upcoming ones? Did you like any of the new ones? The treasure set where you voted?
On DK?
Yeah.
On DK?
Because they had a new one where he has like a dragon on the shield. Like
the one when he actually has a different dragon form is kind of cool, I guess. But nothing too special. There are some very silly sets coming in this new treasure box.
There's just sickos out there that have approved all the worst looking sets. You know it. Because they just want to look like trash as they beat down their opponents.
I mean, look at this channel.
I didn't want to go there, but yes.
If this is in the game, let's not, everything else can work, whatever. It's fine.
Do you remember the early days where we elegantly put our sets together, and nowadays people are just like, oh, particle effects. Let me just mash everything on that overlaps. Like, look at Kunkka right now. Look at his coat, and then look at the shoulder piece. Do you see an issue? No issues here at all. That's some beautiful artwork right there.
It's a ghost shark, man. Come on, it just Doesn't have. It goes into his body. Whatever. Ignore it. It's fine.
Into it.
It's
Oh.
good. Did you see the Meepo's new set as well? By the way, the one in which he looks like a jester.
I knew you would go to that one straight away when we got the discussion.
I'm actually getting that one. If it goes through, I'm getting that one for sure. It's cool.
There's just so
It's
many
like
good
this,
ones.
Chan. It's literally like this, Chan. That's what it is. It's on the same BS level.
Like, I think my favorite realization, like a kind of casual realization, was one of the Chaos Knight sets in which his horse is so tall, it just looks like a 4'5" jockey at the races on a horse. It does.
Is it the one, the dark green one, right?
Yeah,
That
where
one.
he's like, he just looks tiny, right? Like, he's got no legs at all.
Yeah.
Oh, well, enough about sets. We got actually a bit more time for sets because we got a pause. There we go.
Say what?
That's what you do, Liz. You know, minute 0, and then there'll be someone. Why Caster's not talking about game? I'll tell you why we're not talking about game. Because our brains are frozen in time, just like Dota is right now. Actually, I say that. There's kind of some things which break the law of pauses. You ever notice that? Like last game, we had the Broodmother's Jewel.
Yep. Anything now? I don't think so, right?
I think some of the
I
characters.
just want to look at the DK. I just want to look at this DK set. It just looks so goddamn cool. Like this set, you can't do better for DK than this. This is just way too good.
I think there was one that I really liked.
It's minimalistic. It's elegant. It's not too flashy. It just does the job. You know, I like this.
You know, I'm a simple man. Out of the sets to vote for, I'd pretty much anyone that had a shield and sword combo for a hero that didn't have it, voted. Tidehunter sword and shield, voted. Mars sword and shield, voted. Shields are cool, man. All right, there we go. We're underway. We'll see how these lanes are going to start off.
Like we pretty much predicted, position 5 Jakiro with the Spectre on the safe lane. We'll see Aloha Dance going top, but there's one thing that's different.
Yes,
actually, General is playing mid.
He is.
His best rider is mid.
Iceberg on the outer lanes playing that Kunkka.
Look at that tip as well. Good luck, good luck. And tips him because he knows TA is gonna struggle versus this bad rider. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty, really.
You know, I'll tell you this. Do you ever find something kind of, I don't know, ironic about a player called Iceberg hurling ships at other people?
Come on, man. Don't go there. Don't go there. My great grandma was on Titanic. Please stop.
That's so insensitive, Liz. There's been a lot more ships that have died to icebergs. Right? Like, you'll always just remember one.
Died with honor.
But yeah, we will get to see Iceberg on the outer lane, so he's not maybe going to be rotating as much early on as we're used to seeing on his Kunkka. And laning matchup wise, I feel like it's going to be a bit harder for him as well, right? Like a Slark versus you.
It's not only that it's Slark, it's the fact that it's on the long lane, on the off lane. So Slark has... Oh my god, that voice line cracks me up. But it's going to be a bit harder for him to trade hits when Slark is constantly on his face, hitting him, taking away those essence shifts.
Stripping him of all that makes him a Kunkka piece by piece. And we got more pauses, more time to look at cosmetics. Have you seen these trees, Liz? These trees. Have you got the new map?
What? No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't discuss why there's a face on the map that looks like Alien Oracle.
I didn't equip it. I have it. Like the Battle Pass map, you mean?
Yeah, I equipped it and then started papagering about how the trees were screwing me over as to where I could run.
Actually, I don't. I have like level 10 Battle Pass.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
I'm a goddamn scrub in that way.
Gaben rules do dictate I'm not allowed to talk to you about the higher level stuff. Just get better. Yeah, stop being a peasant, and then you'll be able to see the godliness that Gaben has gifted us.
I don't know. I'm just not gaining any levels. I'm playing all the time, but no levels. Feels
Yeah,
bad,
you're a
man.
hero spammer. We get it. Meepo isn't on your cavern crawl yet.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's see how these lanes are going to kick off. Let's see. Mate, I feel like if you can not feel too pressured by Slark the first few levels, then Iceberg will be off to a tip-top shape.
He should be fine. Has Rubik as a support here as well. So, Slark is good here, but you really have to overstep your boundaries heavily to die as a Kunkka. They do have a good combo as well, though. Solo with the Slark, you have the Inkswell into the Pounce Leash. It's pretty sick.
Yep, this is going to be hard to get close enough, especially it's kind of predictable. Torrent gets thrown now. Someone who's not doing too bad, but isn't having the funnest of time so far is, of course, in that mid lane, no one. As Batrider is almost doubling him up.
He didn't even know. So he didn't even buy a stick, you know. He doesn't even have sticks as a start. But he needs boots as well to just be able to run off the sticky napalm.
True. And it's not like you can say, oh, well, at least I can farm jungle better, you know, because if a bat wants, you can always dip in there with a little bit, you know, bat poop coming out the back to burn them all down.
Top lane.
Movement in, but movement onto who? LTW is trying. Iceberg, he's going to try and juke this out, but he fails to do so. Stroke Fate closes the fate of this Kunkka and gives Solo the first blood.
Kunkka that's usually much tankier, but because of the essence shift stacks that were stolen from him constantly, he dies to one single level 1 stroke of fate.
He does more
but that's it.
damage
This
than we
lane,
give him credit for.
this top lane can be very volatile. Like it can go either way, really. It all depends on who overcommits a little bit.
Yeah, we already witnessed how close that fight was, and you know, at the same time, now you can pressure LTW a lot. He doesn't have a salve yet in the bot lane. Movement in,
Nah, he's fine.
Zayats is out. He'll be fine.
He's got pretty much the best creep to have here as well with Dragonite. There's so much healing coming from Chen now.
All those little 15 increments out of in the mid. That was a little bit sooner than expected because, you know, TA did get the boots. The General gets the kill, forces Solo to the mid lane, and now in the top lane, that means LTW is not going to be feeling too comfortable to farm.
The creeps are very close to the tower at least, so...
Yeah, but look at the damage. He has one Tango left.
Yeah, that's a problem with trying to rotate mid to save your midder, then not doing so, and your carry is left alone. I would even say that this... Obviously, in hindsight, this rotation was bad, but it's hard to tell at that point.
Always want to fight. Okay, Slark goes down in the top lane. Bot lane, Jakiro survives with 10 HP. This is a good start for FlyToMoon. I mean, it's not a lot of kills, but they're the important kills, right?
Of course, they killed no one and the Slark. The Slark on top lane actually got killed just by the Tidebringer, you know, over the creep, and then Rubik snatches it away with Fate Bolt.
Secures.
Mid lane, yeah, General is gonna get a rune as well, and it's going to be a region as well. So everything is working in their favor right now. One good thing for TA, however, is he did get his boots, so he has one extra raid band to work with as well. So he'll be able to farm jungle a little bit, abandon the lane.
And that makes you want to FlyToMoon. Maybe they rotate towards mid to just stick down some
Diving him again.
Oh dear. He only just got back. General's going to be turned around on for a moment, but that ended the sticky napalm spam.
You saw what happened though, right? You saw what happened there. It's the purge, the Satyr Banisher. Chen sent the Satyr Banisher here, and he's just chilling with it. If General dives, Satyr Banisher purges off the sticky napalms. That's what happened. They didn't run out. Like really cool play by Chen. This pretty much fixes this lane for no one.
That's actually brilliant from Zayats. I mean, you know, it's proven that size doesn't matter because these are the small creeps. These are the pitiful creeps, but he's getting so much value out of them already. The healer on the bottom and now the purge in the mid.
Bottom Razzo, he's being blocked. He's very tanky with those sticks though.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard kill. He's just, they're just setting a bit of irony here because they tried to do the same thing to always want to fly to get a kill. And close but no cigar. Rune-wise, it looks like rune control so far is really good from FlyToMoon. And it needs to be because you have got that bottle on the Batrider.
And Slark is suffering a bit here. 13 CS versus the Spectre on the other lane that has 30.
Yeah, just
the
look
good
at
thing
his
for
positioning.
Slark is, the good thing for Slark is he is playing with a Chen and a DK, so they will push and give him a lot of space.
Oh, Iceberg, that was a mistake. He mistimed that and he didn't interrupt the combo properly. Aloha Dance does not have enough mana to try for a kill. Instead, Solo is
Bottom lane.
doing all the work solo. He gets 2 kills in the bot lane. In the meantime, always want to fly will also go down. VP, they strike back.
And with style as well, that was pretty good from Slark. He knew exactly how much power he had because of the sticks. It gave him a bit more survivability than was obvious at the first glance. So they managed to turn that.
And I don't feel like Iceberg necessarily misplayed it, right? Like, sometimes we go, oh, why didn't the Kunkka, like, fake pump? But if you fake pump there, you die. The moment the Ink Swirl is there, you have to break it. You have to stay away from it.
What's with the network though? If you click on it, Kunkka is still 200 gold in front, so they're not.
That's because Solo keeps getting the kills.
Yeah, they're not crushing the Slark because of that. Yeah, but he's still getting levels at least. And I think for Virtus.pro, it's important to have a good lane for the TA and for the DK.
Speaking of DK, remind me what a good lane looks like, because I don't think that's it. Yeah, that's not it.
There's a haste on bat, so he could have even used that to go and pressure him a bit harder.
Right now, Rezo's probably like, that's what are you doing? Just farming, bro. You were always dead. I couldn't do anything for you, so I'm just going to do me. Nice lift back in the top lane in the meantime to stop the aggression coming out.
Back to the haste?
Yep, that haste you mentioned is going to come in handy. As he'll just slowly whittle down Solo, who is worth a decent amount. And he already has level 6. And if you look at his net worth, he was doing fairly well there too. Just a casual chain kill. No way to escape that. Doesn't even have boots yet.
Yeah, they got him as well. And I was about to praise Zayas because he gave a lot of space to the DK. And DK did fall once, but Zayas was literally just farming the jungle while Dragonite was alone on this bottom lane, getting a lot of farm too, and levels. If you look at the network charts, he's third on the DK, and Shen isn't doing that badly too.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got level 6 on this DK, so they might see some pushes soon. Top, however, they push in and look for some kills. And once again, it's the same guy getting all the kills in this lane, Liz. It's a good life for Solo, not so much for his carry.
Yeah, it's nice to be a very rich Grim.
That's it. Things are looking grim in the mid lane. No one's been found. Is there really anything you can do for this lane now? I feel like you just have to leave TA to do things and hope for the best.
I mean, what you need to do as TA is just farm the jungle and ignore the mid lane for as much as possible. Top.
Nope. Moving in again. Just like last time, he gets back on top with the Ink Swirl and Iceberg because he's not level 6. He can't compete. However, there is not enough damage on the Slark to finish the job.
And I don't want to offend any of these teams, but watching this after watching OG Viking just puts my brain at rest. You know, like it's just mindless brawls left, right, and center constantly. Like top lane has skill potential on both sides. Bottom lane, okay, bottom lane is a bit dull, but top lane and mid lane is just so fun to watch. It's great. I'm loving this. You asked about the Batrider mid lane. TA just needs to farm the jungle as much as possible. It's very similar to the Huskar lane, in which Huskar definitely wins. But if you hold on long enough, you can out-farm him in the jungle even and get your levels and items.
That is true. It's just a case now if General can start to pressure tower, right? Because that's the big thing. 30 seconds, there'll be another catapult. And I guess that's part of why no one feels the need to attend to the lane, is he doesn't want to lose that tower too quickly, because given Slark's start, he might also need the jungle at this rate.
Yeah, you just send the Grimstroke to do that, because he can stay far enough with Stroke of Fate. He's actually level 7. This Grimstroke is insanely farmed. No one? Oh, no.
Yeah, that all wasn't about the Grimstroke, but the scan, they actually realized that General was in the area.
Aloha Dance?
They're going for him. They're linking together with the Soulbind, and now the bow's coming through. Too little, too late, though. LTW does get hit up, but because he has level 7, he'll just regen up in the shadows.
What about Rezo on bottom lane? There's the...
He has regen. I just don't think he's going to regen up quick enough. They slow him enough. Macropar goes down, and ironically enough, a dragon being overwhelmed by fire. Who would have thought it, Liz? Yep. Bat Poop is stronger than Dragon Scales.
There's still no Chen ulti, so he's not really that sustainable. And they really abandoned him down on that bottom lane. He even used the dragon form, but didn't really benefit from it at all. That's a bit spooky to leave your DK stranded that way. I really thought that this bottom lane was the first one to fall, but on the Radiant side, not on the Dire.
No, it's... I mean, Jakiro gives you a lot of push, but it really is because he's being pummeled so hard. I'm not sure if they'll get it in this push, but it'll be just outside of deny. That's the optimal situation for FlyToMoon, which they'll achieve. Meanwhile, on the top, movement in on the Iceberg. Torrent, but be interrupted. VTune does horn in, looking to fight here. Iceberg is getting low. Faithful almost kills off LTW, and the Hand of God just in time to save the day as they're willing to wait him. He has got the Shadow Dance in a few seconds, but it won't be quick enough. Nice move by a lower dance by stealing the Dark Pact.
They pinged it so early on. They planned this movement like 10-15 seconds before it even happened. Kunkka, the moment he saw the ping, what do you call it? The tip is there as well. The moment they saw Slark moving towards Kunkka, instantly pinged so that they know that that haunt is needed for a counter kill.
Yeah, and more importantly, not only do they get the kill, they'll get the tower. This Necronomicon just gives Vidsun the ability to be involved early. We see it time and time again at the moment with Spectre. Good reason.
The Spectre is just wreaking havoc on Virtus.pro. Not only did he take the tier 1 on the top lane, the tier 1 on the bottom lane is like on 400 HP, so they're doing quite a lot with their position 1 carry.
And then you look at Iceberg, yeah, he's dying a lot, but look at his net worth. He's over 1,000 gold ahead of the Slark. He almost has the vitality boost on his way towards the Spirit Vessel. And that's really all this Kunkka needs. Like, a Heaven's Halberd is luxury in this game. You will inevitably get it eventually, but his toolkit...
That's a great item. That's a great item for him, but he will get it eventually, I think. It would be good for him.
All he needs to make kills happen, really, is Spirit Vessel plus your spells, especially against things like the Dragon Knight and the TA.
Such a perfect item for him. And it's good in this game because they have multiple heroes that can buy it. They just need to decide who does it. It's good on Spectre as well if you want to, but Necros are just way better on Spectre right now. If you remember, a few patches ago, building an urn on Spectre early on wasn't really that unconventional. It's pretty cool, but in this patch, Necros are better. You just farm up and they give you good stats.
I think it was also about the fact that, like, you know, back in the days where it was quite popular, that was before Spirit Vessel was so paramount to success, right? It was where you just get an urn, you kind of stop there. Nowadays, you want that hard committer into the Spirit Vessel, and if it's a core, all the better because they'll have it way before BKBs are online.
Just looking at the amount of work the Dragon Knight has been able to accomplish, and it's not really a lot because this Jakiro is about to take his tower. Always want to fly, solo pressuring it, and TA?
She's in trouble. The lift's going to be there. The X, the Torrent, which can rip through the refractions, and they do have the lasso if they need it. They're trying to save it. The boat's going to be there now. They drag away from the team. Soulbind does come out, but the damage being done. Templar Assassin is going to be enough. She's down. Macropie here causes a lot of havoc for the side of VP, and I'm not sure how much they want to fight this. Batrider is still looking pretty healthy. We'll be able to move away with the remainder of the haste, but Slark does get dragged in. Ice Path comes out. Shadow Dance is used. Now the Haunt looking to join in the fight. V2 might arrive. He does choose his next target. Nice block out. LTW tries to leap away, but he will not make it out in one piece. VP lose their POS 1 and their POS 2, and now they're going to lose 2 towers.
Such a sad hand of God from Chen. He uses it just as TA dies, literally in the same second. Didn't manage to save her at all. And also the fact that TA went for the Blink Dagger and died instantly after is not really reassuring VP's fans. Also good haunt from Vitune, I have to say, because he haunted and waited to spawn on top of Slark after his ulti finishes. So they had a vision on him the whole time. They knew exactly where he's gonna pop out.
Huh, I agree.
Block as well.
It was kind of like one of those ones where if you're VP, you're starting to think, okay, he won't come in on the horn. We just need to get out, and perfectly timed to block the Slark from escaping. You gotta have quick fingers for that, because I believe he last second daggered in and then ran straight past the Slark. Like, hello. It was literally an Obi-Wan meme moment.
Well, this Spectre that did all of that is also farming really well right now. Has 3,000 gold, so Vitune with the Necros is getting very close to his big power spike, and that's the Radiance.
And then what have you got on the other side? I mean, TA, You've almost got one of the Mithril Hammers, and this kill will help you get there, but you'll probably be matching the time the Spectre Radiance. And the difference is that right now, the TA is pretty counted out by the Kunkka at this stage. Pre-BKB, it's a hard game for you.
Maybe they can get DK. They have a lot of heroes here.
It's X marks the spot. They can definitely get the DK here, or can they? There's a lot of heroes behind VP, but with that Spirit Vessel, it's going to be very hard to protect him from the inevitable death that is coming. And you can already see they're lifting it back. They say, Kunkka, take your meal, but Aloha Dance, his right clicks are just too strong.
What about Solo? Yeah, he's dead too.
But he doesn't die solo. He dies alongside his DK, and so will this tier 1 tower in the bot finally.
These lanes, the way they set them up on the side of FlyToMoon, it's just brilliant. Putting that Batrider mid made no one pretty much useless for the first 16 minutes of this game. And because of that, the team that has Chen, Dragonite, and TA is losing all the towers first, while FlyToMoon didn't lose a single tier 1.
Oh, no, he couldn't escape. That was a cheeky play by Aloha Dance because he had the refraction. He might have baited them in deep enough for some return kills, at least onto the army. Zayat sighs, looks back at his jungle and says, I'll be ready to fight in another minute and a half, guys. I need to go shopping.
And these items from Slark that are coming aren't going to make him a lot stronger. He actually went for an Echo Saber right now. So it gives him some kill potential, makes him a little bit bulkier, but it feels like he needs at least another item before he unlocks his potential. Meanwhile, Spectre has a relic and 800 gold. All he needs is this Radiance.
Yeah, and that's probably where you'll just see FlyToMoon look for a big fight, then maybe try and Roche afterwards, and it's just plow town from there. The question is whether VP will have enough together to stop them. They are 200 gold off the Desolator on their TA, which will give them a huge spike in damage, and the Blink is just 200 gold away on the Dragon Knight as well.
Some pretty good items, like you called, are coming up. The thing is, usually when you get these items, you're one step ahead, at least of where VP is right now. You have, let's say, a tier 1 down, and you can play around the Radiant jungle. You can pressure that Spectre somehow. But I don't see the way for them to pressure her when...
Oh no. Oh, he bought the Blink
They're
dagger
being pressured.
Yeah. He will die, but the good news is Rezo hit the creep just in time and bought the Blink dagger. So the death isn't for naught, and the gold they gain from him won't be too high.
The thing is Radiance is up, and they're all here. They caught the Chen as well.
Very much going to the afterlife there. No escape there, and they even get the 200 gold from the Helmet Dome creep.
And you see no one TP'd in, so he's thinking about fighting here. He doesn't know about the Radiance, however, and because of that, it can be very, very dangerous. Okay, he did show himself now on mid lane. Yeah, so from now on, they know Radiance is completed.
Yeah, and that's going to make things pretty
rough. Look at Iceberg.
He just wants to force a fight on him, even without the bow. There's the Blink in. Are they going to haunt here? There it is. It's going to come out right now. The torrent's going to be there. They've got a Spirit Vessel to work with as well. And Iceberg will go down. But what is the price that VP must pay? They're going to chase through, find Grimstroke. No one will hit the deck as well. And they ping him out. Rezo, this was his Blink reveal. And the only thing he's going to use it for now is to maybe blink away. Although, LTW's coming in. The reinitiation is going to be there. But the Ice Path does come out, which means Rezo cannot blink forward. And LTW instead is the one on the run. He's on the lamb, just trying to find a way out. No pounce for 7 seconds, though, which means they can surround him and kill him off. And they get even more value here as they fell a third member of Virtus.pro.
Yeah, that situation in which LTW joins the fight is a situation in which he doesn't want to do so, but he feels like he's letting his team down because they're fighting into a haunt. Every single big spell is used by FlyToMoon, and he's still not engaging, right? So he doesn't want to join, but he does, and then he just dies for no reason. It's just that the way these heroes work right now, Slark is always a step behind the Spectre, especially if the lanes go poorly for the Slark and well for the Spectre.
And we just saw how hard any pickoff is for VP. They jump on Aloha Dance, and he's just been holding on to Refraction the entire time. Like, he realizes what's more important is that they can't be killed. Something that VP could kill, though, is Roche. But look at that scan. They knew exactly the moment they went into the pit. And I doubt this is going to be quick enough. V2 could just casually burn them all down. They'll have to abort. The pings are coming out
he's
right
hunting.
now. Someone's going to be left behind. Rezo, nice blink away. The Spirit Vessel is on him, though, so he keep running. Solo is just going to tick out to the burns. And Vitoon, he just wants someone to high-five him. He just wants a little bit of love. And if he can't find that, he'll take your life instead.
I don't trust that high five, man. I wouldn't go for that. I wouldn't go. It's a bait. The cake is a lie.
Could you imagine if, like, you just want to see that one moment? So, like, no one with refraction goes in high fives and then blinks away. You're like, you know what? Let that guy live. All right, today, he showed great courage. Of course, FlyToMoon, they might feel like they jumped the gun a bit because Roche wasn't even remotely low, which means they can't just get themselves a freebie, and they don't do it anywhere near as quickly as VP.
Yeah, they did repel them from the pit, right? So that's something.
They repelled Solo to his tower, and even that wasn't safe. The lasso is good enough. It's a bit wonky when General gets caught, but he knows at that point no one is going to TP in to assist. Well, no one, nobody is going to TP in to assist. No one, however, himself is in a mighty amount of trouble right now as the Haunt's going to come in. We'll get the kill. Double kill for Iceberg, but they ain't done there. You're going to find more. LGW will try for the TP out and will succeed just in the nick of time because Jakiro was too far away.
Yeah, you can't even shadow dance into TP that easily this game because of the ice bat. At least not until you have something like a BKB. So he has to be very careful with that. But Zayas on the mid lane.
Not being so careful. He's just going to be brought down.
He tried to purge a Vitoon in order to be able to run away from him.
Yeah.
But it didn't really help that much. The Inkswell explodes that was used by the Rubik actually on the Spectre.
It's pretty vicious actually because you get the increased stun time, right? Which it's already a potential 4-second stun duration. Moving in, Inkswell from the other side this time, straight away on the Iceberg, but the lift's going to come on to no one just in time now. The last going to link them together. Can actually use the lasso just yet. The stun stop, but the boat is good enough. DK and TA are dead, and Solo will just try to escape, but the lasso says, where you going? You want to go back? Okay, we'll send you there. GG. They know. VP, you know, some people like, they're not even on your high ground yet, but they know when it's over. And with this sort of insurmountable lead on a Spectre lineup, there's no coming back.
Damn, man. They lost to Alliance 0-2. Now they lost to FlyToMoon one game as well. FlyToMoon is looking really strong in the CIS right now, but what's happening with Virtus.pro? Because usually at least they're able to put up a fight, and this doesn't even look like that. They're just being overwhelmed, overfarmed, overdrafted, outdrafted like that. Batrider on the mid lane was such a brilliant move from General to go there and just dominate the TA. But really, when you look at this game and you see this Slark, he was picked as a response to the Batrider mainly. And then he's not even laning versus the Batrider. It just feels so bad because the hero and the item that he builds, he just doesn't get online fast enough. And Spectre has all the time that she needs to buy that Relic, buy that Radiance, and just make that Slark never really an issue.
Yeah, and you know, you look at Virtus.pro's off lane, it's like this unkillable lane you'd imagine, right? But if Batrider doesn't have anything to kill in the mid, he's going to rotate. And more importantly, like this Jakiro alone through level 1 to 3 can fight off both a DK and a Chen.
And he was pushing, right? That's Jakiro always want to fly, who usually has, I don't know how many deaths at that point. He's pushing alone, winning the lane, you know, having fun. Truth be told, same happened for Solo, because he got so many kills. He was level 7 the same time TA was. Right? It's crazy how much experience he got on the Grimstroke, but I would argue that Jakiro kind of uses that a lot better at that point.
Yeah, as a result, FlyToMoon, you know, there's going to be questions asked. Is VP just off the mark or is FlyToMoon a team that we've seen go through many iterations, been through this one, very similar ones multiple times, hit and miss, but credit where credit is due, they're starting to look pretty hot right now. FlyToMoon, this might end up being their tournament this rate. We'll have to see if they can continue the momentum from game 1 and make this another 2-0, which would be a terrible start to Virtus.pro's group stage run, as it would be their second loss in a row. Or maybe VP come in, they turn it around, they force another 3-game series. I can't predict the future, but I can predict where you're going to be in just a few minutes' time, sitting here looking at game number 2's draft.